Oh, well there. Well, let's get this. Make sure everything's happy real quick. Then we'll fix the camera, which has gone blurry. But we just want to make sure everything there looks okay. Let's fix this really quick. You. Or it'll just freeze up completely. That's cool too. Let's try that. There we go. There. All right, so. We still need to fix emulation. I worked on it a little bit after stream yesterday. And I still have issues. So, that's not what I want. But I did notice that there was a QEMU update, QEMU, whatever you want to call it, however you say that, that I didn't notice. But I tried, there we go. I tried different devices and different operating system versions. I tried a couple of different things. I tried launching it from the command line, and it just doesn't connect. So kind of the same thing we were seeing, but for realsies in other places. It didn't really give me a whole lot more insight into what was going on. But I was digging into what version here. System Common. Block Extra AMD 64. There's a bunch of cup stuff, which I believe is printer, if I'm not mistaken. So that shouldn't matter. There was some bind 9 stuff, but that should be DNS, which shouldn't be involved in this. It does do some gRPC stuff with the emulator, but I don't think that's the issue. System Common. QEMU utils. System data. System GUI. That was on the 11th. I wonder if we do this. There's anything that'll come down? No. Okay. So you might just have to reinstall these, maybe? Let's try that. We'll do this. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Already installed. I was hoping to get this fixed up, but... Oops, that's not the right window. Okay, and then... System common... AMD 64... Okay. And utils. So we've got utils. We got system common. Block extra. It's cups, cups, cups. System data we got. System GUI. Okay. um okay, let's give that a shot. We do a new device, make sure we got everything nice and fresh. I believe 14 was the lowest it told us we could use. System image. See if you start. The other thing I got is launching it directly said something about a graphics issue possible with the driver. I think that was my video driver, but that is all just in the kernel because it's the Mesa stuff. Well, in the kernel, but also the Mesa package, as I understand it. And that hasn't been updated super recently, I don't think. Some libgl stuff did, I believe, but I didn't see anything in there that really concerned me. Not looking promising here. Um, we've got... We're looking for, what was it? SDK manager. Yeah. That should have the so I installed 14. Okay. This I reinstalled all this as well. But there is no command line tools. Android Auto. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Already optimized, okay. The other thing we do actually that I haven't done yet, which seems silly, but like YOLO, right? Is we can try to open our tutorial project. Just delete you. First app, this window. Let this thing index really quick. Probably create it while it does that though. Medium phone. 14U. Indexing done. We can see if this launches. I don't think it'll change anything, but like YOLO, right? I'm kind of scraping the bottom barrel of ideas for why this wouldn't run without more output to tell me why. And unfortunately, I don't know if that message about the video driver being incompatible existed before, right? It says it's in a compatibility mode. So I don't know. Yeah, this is not doing anything new. Same. Okay. We can try launching though. Hi there. And then so I need to do that. Okay. We can get that. GPU driver. Yeah, stability issue shouldn't be like it doesn't start. Compatibility renderer. And there is no updated driver at this time. But this was occasionally at least showing me a screen. Which, I mean, we had that at points in Android Studio too. This one didn't freeze up. It would just keep loading forever. Oh. Okay. Interesting. This is a new message. ADB daemon on port 5037. Okay, let's kill that. And we'll check this message. Put you over here so I can still see. We'll do QEMU. Unable to connect character device modem. People say turn off IPv6, which makes sense. That's usually a good answer. I don't think anything should have enabled IPv6, but we can try it. Turn that off. I think I fat fingered that. Yep. Kind of stat. Oh. It would help if I typed it correctly. And then try that again. Okay, fine. It's interesting. 5037. This is 5554. Disk is good. Has sufficient hardware. GPU is good. Efficient system is fine. It's trying something. Eight five five four. Ports all over the place. I don't know. I don't know what the expected behavior is. Okay. Still no output though. Give me something here. Daemon not running. Okay. Device offline. Ball. Home. Metered. Okay, whatever. Daemon started successfully. Now that it has started, I don't know why it wasn't running. Can we restart this and get anything different? Wondering about this too, but yeah, nothing. What did it say? Use the dash gRPC. I guess. I need. Oh. doesn't really help me a ton. When did they disable that? Is that a new thing? This would have been May 1st. So they say usually 5556. Why not? And then it was that. Although this is 5554. Failed to set up emulator in a timely fashion. Interesting. It's a pub key. Interesting. We can try 5554 just for funsies. Let's start gRPC service. Maybe I need to give that a sec. Okay. Okay, it has to be 5556 then, it seems. Okay. I'm okay with that. If it would work. Failed to load snapshot. So something is definitely not happy here. Let's kill that again. Figure that just because it's a bunch of noise. We'll look at known issues for the latest. July. But that's not. Got to launch that. It's this guy. Yeah, I tried downgrading Android Studio too, and that also did not work. There are no updates yet. Okay. Let's see here. Android Studio doesn't start. That's not correct. Database Inspector. I'm not using that. Studio doesn't start. Thankfully, Studio starts. Let's see. Mac issues. I guess I can drag this over here too. Okay. That is not helpful to me. I guess we can do troubleshoot stuff. Android emulator troubleshooting. I would assume that I have this, but let's just double check. I know it's for Chrome OS, but you know. Still an apt package. Yes, it's already installed. Reinstall. That's fine. Why not? Tools SDK manager, which we did. Right, clearing the temp directory. Okay, we can do that. Let's try this. Let's kill whatever is in there, right? Meow. With regards to the this, we'll kill this device. Violated, and then let's see. Gosh. Okay. So we got in here. The system D stuff can stay. Well, actually, let me double check. Just temp file, so theoretically. We'll kill it all, just to be sure. And we'll create a new device. Medium phone. 14. Oop, you moved on me. This guy. Finish. Fire that off. And then we'll read. That seems like the end of the troubleshooting. I'm gonna look for some other answers here. Ah, there's a verbose. Okay. We need to close this to stop that. And then let's go back there. Let that go. And then Android SDK emulator. Will not do that. Unknown option verbose. This not. Wonder if there is. That's not what I want. I want this. Double check this. You try hardware. But the verbose flag does not seem to exist. Actually, we can double check. Dash dash verbose does not exist. What if a single dash exists? Same crap. Okay. Let's try this really quick. Okay, that worked. That's Daemon not running, starting now. Daemon started. Set up sub window, nothing to do. Keep starting render threads. Oh, hey, well, that's a little bit of promise. Do we have signs of life? Seems to be hanging my browser, which is interesting. Just wait. Stop. Shush. Interesting that only hangs that tab. Everything else seems to be okay. Hmm. Yeah, this isn't doing anything. Okay. Don't save state, please. Okay. This is deeply frustrating. I'm probably just missing something stupid. Some sort of change was made, and I wasn't paying close enough attention. But, like, I shouldn't have to hold all updates, right? This should be just working. Let's try... We'll create you, and we won't launch you in here. So now you're nice and new and fresh and shiny. Starting now, okay. Like, I don't know if this happened before or not, right? Not at the requested snapshot default boot. Let's check this message. I don't know if I can't remember checking this one. Let's close you really quick. Android emulator unable to connect to ADB daemon on port 037. Oop, typoed that. That's fine. Um, going on here? Okay, they're on Windows, but that's fine. WinNAT, that wouldn't be an issue for me. We can try these though. We need to install ADB for that. Let's not do that. Can I do it through Android Studio? Let's find out. ADB not found. Okay. We can also double check. In here, SDK Manager, Tools. Come on. You can do it. Don't know if that is the correct one or not. Let's see. And our platform tools is 36, which is newer than this guy. That's done. Cool. Still not found. Okay, so we maybe just need to install it. Let's give it a go. It'll install some extra. That's fine. Okay. Kill server. ADB start server. There's nothing changed. We don't get that error message anymore then. That's cool. Okay, now meter service failed, ADB device offline. That's for a that's for a hardware device. Emulator, how about? Okay. Let's kill this guy. And then we should see nothing there. Perfect. We launch you in here. Just so that we still have our command prompt here. Okay, we see an emulator, but it's offline. Interesting. Let's double check. Let's kill that real quick. Okay, now there's no devices. We can launch that again though. Okay. Let's see, we want to know. We have 5554. I don't see anything there. Check the firewall, but I would not think. Don't see. Nothing has been changed here. That shouldn't be it. Windows, devices. We don't see anything. Guess we could do that. Nothing comes up for that, which is not surprising. So it's not something else that's conflicting. Developer options from the settings in the emulator. Scroll down and it'll turn on USB. That would be like when you get into it, though. I don't think I saw. Developer options from the settings in the emulator. Well, that doesn't help me because it won't start. Tools, Android. Yeah, that's no longer here. This is not the creature we want. So many people keep saying to select instead of Google Play Store, use Google APIs. Why not? Oh, because I have to download it. I want to download it. Okay. None of that's super helpful to me. Let's cancel that. Let's also do 36.1.9. Can't connect to emulator and see if it helps. Yep, that doesn't help me. Launch into a window, already tried that. Yes, you are. Okay. Nothing there, but if I start you... Then I see them. V4, localhost, all of that looks correct. Still offline though. Still offline. Flutter devices might be related. Okay. Okay, well, we see all of that pretty much. We could try Flutter Doctor. I don't think this is a Flutter issue, though. Doesn't hurt to check, though. Oh, cool. Twitch fell over. Love that. Checking Android license taking an unexpectedly long time. Interesting. Probably because I'm doing Android-y stuff, maybe? Let's restart you. So, Chrome, develop. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care. Emulator is offline, though. Yeah, well, we knew that. Okay, they're saying to kill the server and then launch, which seems counterproductive, but why not? And then offline, which is not a surprise to us, right? We know that happens. Okay. Annoying that there's no cancel startup or anything like that over here. Gotta restart the whole IDE. And then if we do devices again. Okay. But, I mean, that matches what we see here. That makes sense. And you have... network, speed full, latency none. Uh-huh. Been to all of that. Let's see here. Linux, Android, emulator, offline. Again, this is hardware stuff, not emulator. So why do I want to view details? That's not helping. Are you still running or no? Did you? You're running, okay. That doesn't help me at all. Issue tracker. This is from a long time ago. This is very old, but brains. None of that helps me at all. It just says fixed. Other people are having the issue though. Place the AVD system images you download with RO2 images. RO3 is broken for me. Okay. I guess we can try that. We want the SDK manager again. We want the... That's 16. I want go down here. Maybe this isn't where I want to be. It's kind of a dead end. But also try launching this manually again, but I don't think it would be a DNS issue, but why not? Let's try it. Still offline, not surprising. Kill that. None of that nonsense did anything. How about we do ADB command failed ADB, or just ADB command failed device offline. How about that? That is something else entirely. Okay, this is also very old. This is also hardware. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Okay, I guess we can try this. We need to go over here. What is that command? It's this. Let me launch it over in this window. medium phone. We'll just launch it plain and drain and regular. And then over here, ADB connect. Try this. Localhost 5554. That didn't work, but Sheen IP port. Yeah, okay. That's not what I wanted. I want to. What's the Okay, I do see you listening there. Localhost 5554. Oh, what? Excuse me? I did that totally wrong, didn't I? Failed to connect, but then you show up here. Interesting. Alright. I think I've had enough of this nonsense for tonight. I have, like, no time outside of this to work on this, so it's going to remain broken for right now. We're going to find something else to do with our time to try to be a little bit more productive, because I feel like I'm going in circles on this. .0.2 makes sense. Thinking we might change track because of this, right? I'll spend a little more time on it later in the week on my days off, maybe. But for now, that's gonna kind of derail things. which is really, really annoying because I really wanted to play with Flutter that way, right? It would be a good way to kind of stretch the knowledge and just exercise the library, right? What are we gonna do instead? We still have the ability to run it. In theory, we should still be able to run this as a desktop app. The first app here, because that's Flutter and it doesn't involve that broken friggin' emulator. Okay. I don't care right now. I wish you would just go away, but okay. So, I mean, I guess we could. Yeah, this still works. So we could do desktop apps to kind of explore Flutter. And I guess we could just start working on get absolute dog. There we go. We could do sure, update your plugins. We could start kind of like playing with rebuilding the UI and just kind of see how things go. We could do that. And given my current state of frustration with Android emulation, kind of leaning towards that. Stop bugging me about that. Restart to update, sure. Let's get rid of some of this junk. Clean that up. Um, could do that. We're gonna need... I don't know if I want... That's gonna require... So I'd have to really, really commit, because we'd have to reproduce... So we'd have to rewrite all of our logic for reading the config files in Dart, which would be fine, except any change has to be made in both places then, right? And that kind of sucks. But like no matter what we do, if we don't use Cogent, that's just what it's got to be. So it's either we do that or we continue to fight Cogent's early stagedness, right? That's tricky because that's a lot of work to chuck away. But continual frustration counts for a lot. Let's do... What does Dart have to say about JSON and serialization? I don't know what all that is. Dart convert. Okay, so JSON decode, JSON string. Oh, okay. Model classes. So we can do that. Maybe just JSON decode. Okay. String dynamic. User from JSON user map. Gotcha. And then R. Don't want to do a generator, I don't think. Could go that route. What about writing it back though without? Serializing. How do I encode though? Scrolled too far again. Encoder and decoder, but they don't give me. It must just be JSON encode from a map or something. Oh, there it is. I totally missed it. Okay. So we give the user object to encode. Everything takes care of it. Okay. So that would be a missing piece. Let's bookmark this because that might be important. Where did you go? You shouldn't go in there. You need to go in there. And then we can also look at base widgets. Going on down there. Oh, just ads rolling here. Right meow, matter of fact. So what we need I'm thinking about map. Oh, we got grid view. Okay, yeah. We looked at that. So we have a grid view inside of there. How do I make a make a widget clickable? Wrap the desired widget into a clickable one to achieve what you need. Inkwell widget. Uh, okay. Most preferred ways to add list tile as card child. Okay. Like map is going to be the real bear, right? Okay. Let's think here. We got a little bit of time left today. Maybe tomorrow we'll YOLO this. Maybe we'll start with like the client. And the client has a little bit of some wrinkles in it. Um, oh, I guess I didn't. Oh, I'm not an insider, so I can't dark mode. Okay, that's... Let's do... Stop it. Close it. Let's do a little bit of Dart. Learn language tracks. I think they got Dart. Oh, I guess they got practice mode in Dart. That's fine. So we can join the track here. Sure. Online editor, fine. Why not? For now. I don't think I have the thing. Their whatchamacallit installed on this computer. Make sure everything's working here. Perfect. Done. Just complete it. Nobody cares about Hello World. All right. This should be 2 for quickly. It sounds like 2 for. Yep. 2 for 1 is we're saying buy one, get one free. Wait a second here. What's going on? Baker has a holiday offer where you can buy 2 cookies for the price of 1. Take the offer. You're generous, decided to give the extra cookie to someone else in the queue. What you will say is you give away the extra cookie. If you know the person's name, then you'll say one for them, one for me. Okay, so in here, look at our tests. Throw a column, put your code here. So we need to know how to do an optional argument in Flutter. That's what we need to know here. Or Dart. Take a look at their docs. Parameters. If you don't provide a default value or market name, parameters required, their types must be nullable. Okay. So theoretically, we can do string question name, right? And then we can what do we want to do? We want to do what's the syntax? Dart null check. Give me, oh, we can not equals null it. I think there was a nicer syntax for that. It is, I'm pretty sure. And this is going to return a string. So what we're going to do, can I declare you just like that? We'll find out. So if object is, other is, I don't think that's correct. Ah, this would throw, okay, so this casts it to its underlying non-nullable type. So this would cast it to a string. This is not what we want. It is empty. Like we could just make this work, but we want to learn a little something, right? So check if string is null. Just make sure. Is empty, yes. Okay, that should work. Otherwise, that. Theoretically. Let's find out. Then we can return 1 4. And we don't need the curly braces for this because it's not... We're not accessing a property. That will be our string. Run the test. Let's see if we screwed anything up. Okay. Arguments don't match. We also expected semicolons places. That makes sense. Oops. That's not what I want. Don't match. Okay, so that's not correct. Make parameter optional. Just give me... Oh, you know what we can do? Default value. So we can actually clean this up a lot. So it's still name. Why does nobody ever use the type in here? Okay, so it looks like curly braces around equals you. Then we don't need any of this. I'm still thinking Go where optional parameters are not allowed. And this just becomes name. How do we like them apples? Okay. Extra positional argument. Arguments don't match. 0 allowed but 1 found. Curly braces should be for that. Why don't you... Zero allowed but 1 found. What am I missing here? Probably something silly. Name parameters optional unless they're explicitly marked as required. Okay. So curly braces to specify name parameters. Don't provide a default value or mark a name parameter is required. The text must be null as a default value be null. Okay. Like so. Annotate them when required to make them right. Okay, interesting. So what is wrong? 0 allowed, but 1 found. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a capital S here. Yeah. I guess, what if we don't specify? Is there something wrong with specifying the type? No. What do we have here? Start tracks documentation. We can take a look at that. Everything else. That doesn't really help me. Okay. That's okay. Found this candidate, but the arguments don't match. 0 allowed, but 1 found. Twofer. Zero allowed, but 1 found. Okay, just for fun, what if we take that out? Obviously, some of our tests are still going to fail. One required, 0 given. If we then make you nullable, again for fun, one required, 0 given still. Okay. Put you in the squirrely braces. Zero allowed, but 1 found. Interesting. Optional positional parameters. Ah, maybe that's what I need. Device. Okay, so that's the answer, but why then? These are optional unless you're explicit. Oh, you know why? Because I bet. Let's have some fun. If we were to put the squirrelies back. Nope, not that. But then we were to say here instead of Alice. Oh, I can't edit these. Crap. Okay. I bet you if I was to say name Alice, then it would work. But because it's not a named, we just need positional optional with defaults. Like that. I don't want a code review, thank you. We're done. Just mark it as complete. More exercises. We'll do one more. And then we'll call it for today. A leap year. Every year that is evenly divisible by 4, unless it's divisible by 100. In which case, it's only a leap year if the year is also evenly divisible by 400. Okay. So, this is just going to give us a year. And we're going to give back a bool. So we need a func inside this class called bool leap year, and this is int year, and then so if year mod 4 is 0, if year mod 100, if year mod 400, and I think I need parens, not there. Still getting used to Dart syntax, which is kind of good that there's minimal help in the, and these need to be. So if all this is true, return true. If it's not divisible by 400, return false. If it's not divisible by 100, turn true. If it's not divisible by 4, turn false, right? Unless I've messed something up in there. I have messed some, oh. I have messed up this. Let's try that again. Nailed it. Good enough. Continue, please. Done. Just complete it. Perfect. Okay. See, we learned some things. It's excellent. All right, so I'm going to call this today. Like I said, tomorrow we'll probably jump in and start messing with some Mongoose Engine stuff, because Android Studio, specifically the emulation, So, if you like this kind of thing, stop by tomorrow. I should be doing it at the same time. Should start at 8 p.m. CDT. That means anything to you. If not, show up at this time minus 2 hours wherever in the world you live. Twitch, you have a schedule. YouTube, you don't, because it makes it very difficult for me to do. Thanks to everybody who came and hung out and lurked along as we did that. And love to see you again. If not, have a great weekend anyway.